All right, time. What is it? Ooh, can you tell me what time it is? Or do you have the time to spare for a minute to hear what I have to say? Well, we know time is important to all of us. And when you have a brain injury, time is still important, but it goes poof. You blink your eye and 10 hours has passed by. I'm Astra. Welcome to Astra's Brain Injury. Now, we all know we go by time, and it is very important to us. I'll meet you in 15 minutes, or let's see each other tomorrow, or, I need to be picked up at this time. It is something that we all go by every single moment of the day. And so when you have a brain injury, or from my perspective with my brain injury, I know you've heard me talk about in my other videos of, it's like you blink your eye, I blink my eye, and it's like, what? 5 hours has passed by. And I am still very unaware, even up to now, and this is the 11th year, of the time, the day, the year, the month, all of these different things I am so unaware of. Now, I wear a watch that tells me that it is 2025, and it tells me it's April, and it tells me, if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my watch has to do all of these things for me, as well as tell me the time. Because there were many times where I am thinking that, it has just been 1 hour or 20 minutes, and it was 2 hours. It's like, literally, I blink my eye, and I'm like, wait a minute now. It's dark outside. And I'm bewildered by this. I'm so bewildered. This is why you heard me say that for my youngest, because he was going into toddler stage, I had to set an alarm. And I still got this alarm up to this day. I had to set an alarm for get him ready to get to bed. Otherwise, as I've said before in my other videos, my child would be bouncing all over the place. And, children, when they're young, they're going to stay up. They're going to fight to stay up. And they bounce. And I'm wanting to know, why is this child not getting tired? Now realizing, because you're so tired, it's like you're wired now. And so I'm like, wait a minute now. It's 11 o'clock. What? What happened with the time? So for me, with the brain injury, time is poof. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is. And I don't even know what year it is. There are many times I can tell you that I would be writing, and I'm writing the wrong day, and I'm writing the wrong year. And when I was looking through my journaling, I would see that I was writing 2016, 2014, and it's 2018. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe this. And I don't understand why this happens, that you become so unaware. Well, not you, I don't know, maybe if you're the one having these kind of things, then you know where I'm coming from. But I am still up to this day unaware of the time. Like, I have a calendar I have my watch, which has my calendar. I've got my phone, which has my calendar. I've got my calendar on my laptop. I've got my day timer in my purse. I've got a calendar sitting on my fridge. Like, I've got things to show me the time everywhere I go. And not just the time, but the time and the day. And so it was very hard for me because, when my appointments come, before I had this accident, if things was written down in my calendar, it was set in stone. It was set in stone in my day timer. Set in stone, y'all. And so I knew very well, this is 2017. This is 2020. I know what day and year it is. Like, if right now you was to ask me, Astor, what year is this? I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. And I would have to look at my watch. But, okay, it's 2025. That's how I know what year I'm in. And this is, as I said, 11 years later. And, when I am speaking to my family, and the thing is that there may be a memory that will pop back up into my head, and I will talk, to my family like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And they're looking at me sideways, and they're like, Astra, that was like 5 years ago. Were you talking about Willis? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? So time for you, for me, well, not you, but for me, as one with a brain injury, is existent and non-existent all at the same time. It's like I'm in time, but I'm not in time. You know what I mean? And so even, like, say for instance, if I was going to an appointment, or if I have some kind of appointment, I will set in my phone. I'm doing this. I will set in my phone a reminder to remind me, like, 2 weeks before, depending on how far it is. Like, if it was say a 6-week appointment from 6 weeks from now, I would have a reminder at 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, 5 hours before, things like this. Like, this is how I do. So I am bombarded with these reminders coming up to remind me that, hey, you've got an appointment. So it was very, and it still is. It's very nerve-wracking for me, because as one who was very aware of your time, because I don't know if you've heard me say this, but when I was at work, like, I would go through our calendar at work, and I would put in all of the holidays. That was me, because I'm very much a counting kind of an individual. And so I would put the time in our calendars at work. And so I can be like, ooh, I've got 5 more weeks until, my vacation time, or we've got 3 more weeks until the next federal holiday. So this is how my mind works. But now my mind don't work like that no more. I don't even know the year that we are in. Like, I couldn't even tell you, like, my grandmother passed away, and I still don't even know the year that she passed away. Like, I don't even know the month that she passed away. I don't even know the day that she passed away. And my auntie, she passed away too. I don't even know these things. And so I put a reminder, or, my family would tell me, oh, okay, Astor, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? I'm looking at them all blank. Like, when my mother is telling me about my grandmother, I'm sitting here, I'm just like, huh? So time does not I'm trying to figure out a good way to say this, but time does not affect me the same way that it does before. It doesn't affect, I guess, others who don't have a brain injury the way that it does for me with the brain injury, because like I said, sorry, my nose is a little, it feels like it's running. It does not affect the same way. I don't know. Like, we go out and I come back and it's been hours. Like my mother would say before, I'll tell you this. My mother was like, oh, it's draining for her when she goes to the store with me. Why? Because I had to look through every aisle, walk down every aisle. Like, so we're in the grocery store, and in Costco, y'all, you can get lost in Costco. So I would have to walk down every aisle, because one, I don't remember what it is that I wanted to get, and I never verbalized to whomever I was going with. But say we're using my mother as an example, I didn't verbalize to my mother, Mommy, this is what I want to get when I go to the store. And I could have remembered it, but I forgot to tell her. So poof, it's gone out of my head. So it would take hours in the store when it should just have taken 45 minutes, maybe an hour, if you really wanted to, lollygag inside of the store. But for me, it does not go the same way. So time, I can be looking at this and say, oh, okay, I recognize that it is, say for instance, it's 9 a.m. And then next thing I know, all of a sudden it's what? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Where did the time go? Like, it literally, it's like my mind just skips through. I don't want to say it's like, I'm time traveling. So I just, go from here to there, poof. But my mind does not conceive how time is actually working. I don't know if I'm explaining it, in a correct way that y'all would be able to understand what I'm trying to say. That's the next thing. I don't know how to drink, y'all. No, but time does not work the same way for me like that. As I said, I have to be on the up and up. I need to tell somebody, okay, I want to leave here at, say, 12:15, so I can get to my appointment on time. Or because there was many times, I can tell you, that I went to see my practitioners. Let me correct that, practitioners, because I saw multiple, y'all. And what happened is, I would be saying I've got this appointment. Alice, and I'm hearing, Astra, let's go. Your appointment is already. I'm like, what? What? I don't even know. And I didn't even remember that my appointment was, say, at 1 o'clock. And so, and they're telling me, Astra, it's after 1. Or I would get a call from the practitioner's office saying, Astra, your appointment was at 1 o'clock. It's 1:15 now. And I'm like, what? Sorry, I didn't even remember. So things like this is what I experience. So I don't know if it's, part of my memory that is, with this, because I'm sure that we go to anyone on the street and you ask them, oh, okay, tell me, what year is this? They'll be able to be like, I can tell you it's 2021. You know what I mean? So they will be able to tell you, boom, what year it is. Now, if you came up to me and you asked me, I would be like, is it 2015? Like, I'm going to be asking you a question. Is it 2015? So before I used to put the setup that my watch has the calendar of the day, the month, and the year, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you at all. But, it's not, I don't want to say that it's not daunting. It is, because we all run on time. Like the world runs on time. And when you are out of time, it is very hard for an individual. It's very hard. It's very hard for me. And so even though I may look at my watch now and I see, ooh, okay, it's 11 o'clock. When next I check my watch again, it could be 5 o'clock. Or maybe I could be checking my watch, but it's not registering in my brains. Astra, it is now 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? So it is very, I don't know. It's like you're jumping through time, and you're jumping backwards in time, because, as I said, there's times where I will remember something that took place years ago, and I'm talking like it was, I just had this conversation with you, and I'm coming back to give you an answer, or, add something more to it. And you're looking at me like, what you talking about, Willis? No, that was months ago, or no, that was years ago. And as much as it poof came in, poof, it goes out. So again, I would say time is very important. Things that I've, done, as you heard me in this video saying, I have my watch that has the day, the month, the year in it, and I can see it, and it'd be like, oh, okay, it is 2025, right? I may be thinking, because when you have to sign documents and stuff, and they want you to do the day, I'd be like, what day is it, please? What's the year, please? Now I can just look at my watch and be like, oh, okay, I know what day and what year it is, and I can just sign accordingly, So it's ways, as I said, that I've done is that with the watch. I've set up reminders in my phone. I verbalize it to someone. I put it on my calendar on my fridge, because we spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Plus, I do my cooking show, so you can always check out that channel. I'll put it up here somewhere that you can see. But because we go to the fridge, always constantly getting water. So go to the fridge. I can see, oh, okay, I have things that I have written on the calendar, and it's a nice big calendar, so anybody can write down what they need to put on there, not just me, but everybody else. And I can see, oh, okay, so there's ways to try and work around things. And the next thing is, that's if you remember to write it down. That's another thing. And if you remember to tell somebody, and also for my appointments, what I got was for them to send me like a confirmation for my appointment. So, I would see in my emails, hey, I've got an appointment here. So then I can just quickly go and put it in my phone and then set up the reminders. So if you get things like that, that's something that can help too as well. So it's not all lost. Yes, we go from, jump forward in time, jump backwards in time. That's how it feels with my brain injury. But it's not all lost. There is some things that can be done so that it can help you, so that you're able to have a little bit of semblance, I guess, of a normality with time, and you're not lost out of the loop of time. So, I would say that's all the time I have for today. Sorry, I'm trying to give some jokes, y'all. I'm trying to give some jokes. No, but seriously, if you are the one with the brain injury and you are the one that is experiencing, this, I'm out of the time loop, let me know. If you are the one that is the caregiver and you're watching, the one that you're looking after with the brain injury, let me know, like, what have you observed? And then I can go through my journaling. And that's another thing, y'all. Journal. And when you journal, put the date and the year on it so that you are able to go back and realize, wait a minute now, back in March in 2016, this is what I was doing on the 17th. And you're like, what? You know what I mean? So you'd be able to do this. And you're like, I am mind blown, just to let y'all know. I am mind blown every time I go into these journals that I've been keeping and seeing that this was taking place or that was taking place and this was taking place. And I was like, what? I did not even know this is what was going on. So that would be a good thing for you, because I found that it is good, because this is how I'm able to do this channel, y'all. Because if I did not have those notes, not notes, but those journal notes that I've had for all these lengthy years, I wouldn't be able to tell y'all about how I was feeling about with the time, and with my youngest and trying to put him to bed at the right time. I'm watching and see it's 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. Why is my 2-year-old up this late? So if I did not do that, I wouldn't be able to come back and tell y'all with my little my book here where I write down my little notes to let y'all know what has been going on. All right. So anyways, I will definitely take my leave. Before I do, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and let's keep this communication open. It's a community. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, when you have a brain injury, it definitely takes a community to help you to get from point A to point B all the way down to Z. So with that, I shall see you in the next video, and I'll take my leave now, for real this time. And I'll say bye.